Does this count as social distancing technically? Anyways. Hello guys, what is up? I am Liam121 and welcome to episode 12 of my playthrough of Sonic Advance 3 for the Game Boy Advance. Last time, we got things started in Cybertrack. Continue using Amy and Knuckles, showing how they're very powerful as a combo. And we also have some more Chow. In this episode, we're gonna finish up collecting the Chow in Cybertrack as we get closer and closer to not only the end of the game, but of course, our 6th Chaos Emerald. If you guys are hyped for more Sonic Advance 3 here on the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new, and ring that bell to get notified anytime we upload on the channel. Last episode on the card, top right. Anyways, I'm looking at Sonic and Amy for 2 reasons. Well, one, I need to be Sonic as the main character for this particular act. Secondly, it's actually one of the last combinations I have yet to show. Last episode I did showcase some Easter egg aspects of Sonic and Amy, but just gameplay-wise, it's a little bit different. Because I'm playing as Amy with my partner character, I need to develop the Amy style of gameplay like in Sonic Advance 1. So therefore, B button gives me attack of a hammer, and jumping is a normal jump. However, in midair when I jump, I can press the B button in midair to turn back to my spin jump. So if you're trying to attack enemies, you can do that. However, it's not as accurate as you want it to be compared to a normal spin jump. Anyways, without dallying, let's move on to Act 3. And Cybertrack Act 3, oh boy. This is a very maze-like act, to say the least. I'll just say that right now. Expect yourself to be very lost if you're trying this for the first time. Another thing I would also like to point out is that the route that I'm taking right here is it's going to look very familiar once you head to the time attack mode, because it's the exact same route I would take if I were to be speedrunning this stage. Reason being is that honestly I couldn't really find a better route as I find the first child of this act than the Chow route to speedrun this level on compared to any other route I've tried. Right, I tried taking the bottom route, I tried taking the some other routing, like some of the other ramps and all that good stuff, and honestly I couldn't really find a better route than the Chow route, which is one of the few times I can say that, because rarely you'll see the Chow route being the fastest routing in a speedrun. But this is just one of those times. It just so happened to be one of those times. In fact, that lower route that just now you saw that we had 2 different ways. I tried taking the lower route, it was still slower. Anyways, you guys did not deceive you. Yes, that is the final Chow of this zone. So now we can get our special key. And right here, we have some interesting platforming that we're going to be involving ourselves with as I kill that enemy with Zaz. And right here, oh boy. Get ready for some very questionable spike locations, including the one you'll see right here. Yeah, that spike is about to get you. And right here we have 2 platforms that are going to be moving very slowly, and we need to time them perfectly in order to get through this. But there's one thing I want to say. I know Clement J64 in his playthrough did say that the way they've done it is quite abysmal, and they shouldn't have make you time those platforms to perfection. To be very honest, I don't see that problem when I go through this act. I don't know, it's just me, but it just felt like the way they put the platforms makes it obvious that how they want you to land on the platforms to activate them. Again, it might be just me, but it's just one thing I want to pick on while on his playthrough. Besides all the stuff that I have been picking on this playthrough, but you get what I'm trying to say. In fact, this is the second and only section like this. We're going to take on these platforms, which obviously need to take the top platform below the low one. And honestly, even if your partner activates the platform before you, I don't see it being a hindrance. Oh, by the way, you might notice just now when I was on the grinding, when I was grinding on that rail, that I actually had like some sort of skateboard type thing on under me. That's a perk when you're playing as Amy as your partner character. You actually have that, which is kind of cool. And the tricky part, being on camera with a hammer. Oh boy. And General, I'm gonna let you use your attack. Thank you. This is a new tab, by the way. He's gonna like send missiles at us to home on and on us. The other attack you might notice was him teleporting and then charging us again. Those are the 2 new attacks that General has in this particular fight. But honestly, I made him look like a joke because I was able to time my spin in mid-air perfectly to hit him right there. So honestly, if you get used to playing a the aiming way, Sonic aiming is a combination that you could adjust to well. And of course, remember the reason why I play as Sonic is the main character. We have our final character unlocked. Hey, Cream!
Long time no see, Sonic.
What are you doing here?
Taking a walk with Cheese. But we're lost.
There he is. Say, tell me about it. Let's go.
Okay, let's go, Cheese.
Yes, the broken madness that is Cream and her her child Cheese are finally playable. It's a good thing they actually gave us this character to the very end because, boy, as I said before, as you saw from the time attacks, she breaks bosses like nothing until Zone 5, but you get what I'm trying to say. Now, taking the up half where actually will get me to the boss, but I actually don't want to go there just yet. Instead, I want to go down because I've yet to showcase the Defeat All Enemies minigame. I actually checked the wiki, by the way, and apparently the other minigame, which I kept calling the capsule, it actually is called the capsule minigame, which I find hilarious that that's the case. Really? I'll just up here and see there's another enemy right here. I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna take bumper and so not one but 2 spiders, please. We need to hit that switch. Okay. There we go. Right here, we're gonna be very careful as I hit this. Go. And oh. Come on. Got it. That's it for getting used to the having the spin in midair is not easy for me, so that's why sometimes I might struggle with that. Anyways, this also actually tends us back to the factory ring, which is where I want to go, by the way, because I want to finally showcase off Cream. Honestly, one of my favorite characters as soon as I had this, because Cream is fun to play with. Okay, I didn't mean it that way. Whoops. Anyways, and the other reason why I wanted to do that is that A, I want to showcase Cream during the special stage, since we're running out of special stages, and B, I want to showcase Cream and Sonic right now. The reason being is that, unfortunately, Cream and Sonic is actually the worst combination involving Cream. Why I say that? If you played Sonic Advance 2, you know that Cream, when she sends her Chow, will home on any enemy. Sonic's case, no. They actually nerf Cream when you're playing as Sonic because all she does is just send forward. That's it. This is unfortunately not, and because of that, she's not able to break bosses like he's able to like back in Sonic Advance 2. Not too sure why they nerfed her that way, but yes, that's the case. Right here, you can see that there's not much else to say other than that. If I press the A button, I can mash the A button and fly like Tails. However, her flight lasts for, I think, 4 seconds compared to Tails that lasts for 6 seconds. I might be wrong with those timings. If someone can correct me in the comments, I would appreciate that. I will correct myself if I am wrong. Oh, and by the way, another cool thing about Cream's flight is that when you jump and then press the A button, she kind of has a bit of a giddy up to her flight, where she gets a bit of a boost on when you press the A button the second time. Another thing to note is that when she's in flight, unlike Tails, if you press the B button, you can stop her flight. I used that during one of the bosses that we've gone through during Gotta Go Fast, and it's very helpful if you're trying to lose the height that you have. Enough of Cream said about however, because it's time for our 6th special stage. "110 rings. They're getting harder, boys." And right here, you can see Cream has mostly a normal movement. And right here, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Watch this. You need to jump at the right time in order to kill the enemy and get more rings. Oh boy. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Kill the enemy when jumping into him. There we go. Oh, kill the... There we go. Kill the enemy. And right here, I need to be very careful. And one last ring earn. And then keep to the right side of this screen to get ourselves more rings. Here we go. Be so happy. On to the second section. This is where it gets a little bit even more harder. Avoid that enemy. You can't really kill him, honestly, while trying to get the rings. So don't bother. And right here is where it gets very tricky. Hang on. What? Okay, I timed it wrong. Right here, we have a moving blue orb ring, so be careful of that. Right here, I need to time this properly. Hang on. There we go. If you time your jumps well, you can kill the enemies and get even more rings with this particular section. That was what I was trying to do there. Didn't kill that guy, but I think I should be fine in terms of getting enough rings. As long as you don't miss the blue ring right here, you should be fine. Yeah, even if I miss the last part, I have enough rings. There we go. And that's 253 rings. Whew. Again, these special stages are getting harder. Nonetheless, we got ourselves our 6th Chaos Emerald. I did mess up a couple of times. I think I actually could have reached 300 rings if I had not messed up that much. And this is where I can say that jumping might be required if you're trying to clear those special stages. So, if you time your jumps well, that special stage is honestly a joke. Because the number of rings you can get from those enemies if you jump at the correct times is probably about like 40 out of 220, which is already like quite a bit. And if you're trying to go for the 110, that's like almost half of the way there in terms of getting that Chaos Emerald once you're on that second phase. But anyways, without further ado though, we got ourselves a Chaos Emerald, we got ourselves all 3x down in gold medal. Time, we head to the boss.
Oh!
And right here, Cybertruck boss is actually my favorite boss in the entire game because how do you feel about Ping-Pong? He will shoot energy spears from his, well, capsule, and what he's supposed to do is knock those spears into him. I know I'm making it look as though the boss is a joke, but really, this is because I'm in the correct positions. This boss is very exploitable if you know what you're doing. Although sometimes your partner can also mess around with the balls, but sometimes he can even actually help you out like that. That wasn't even me who knocked that ball into Eggman. Oh, careful though. Regardless of whether the energy ball is in your favor or Eggman's favor, it will hurt you if you're not spin jumping like this. And in spin mode, he gets goes into crazy mode. So make sure you keep your rings, and there we go. That's one of the few times I actually had that enemy. Meanwhile, as Eggman dies. Oh, all right. But yeah, that boss is quite fun, and especially if you have your partner being very cooperative, it's one of the best bosses to try and speedrun. It can be a bit of a luck game because sometimes you need your partner to be absolutely on your side throughout that fight, but it's nonetheless a fun boss to do, especially when trying to play ping-pong against Eggman. I like it. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. But yeah, 116. Honestly, it can take forever, or sometimes it can honestly take a split second to finish that boss. And ladies and gentlemen, there is our final zone, unless you want to count the last few zones. Chaos Angel. A foreboding name for a final zone, and the background looks so like surreal. Like, look at this. Oh, and just look up. Look at this. Clouds everywhere. Looking at. Oh, this looks so beautiful. But we're not gonna enamel over how Chaos Angel looks like. We're gonna head back to Cybertruck. As you can see, all the colors and capsules have now been filled in, so now we can go to any zone we want. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time for us. We gotta go fast. Cybertruck Act 3 is gonna take a bit. This is actually the first act so far now that has to be taken over 2 minutes. I could not find any other faster routes. And as I said during the story gameplay, this was probably the Chow route was probably the best route I could find in terms of speedrunning this particular act. Because honestly, I couldn't find any other way to speedrun. I know in Cybertrack there's actually a glitch / trick you can do with Amy and Sonic, where if you like use your hammer partner action in a particular area with the gantries, you can actually basically glitch out the game to make it look as though you're using the gantry and basically skip a bit of the level. I've never actually got that to work though, so I didn't really bother trying to learn that. So you'll see me do the normal routes right here. Also, yeah, if you look at the timings, 4.5 minutes for gold. This is where I can say the game really ramps up in difficulty if you're not careful. Right there, you can see I'm using partner action to really skip a few slow sections right there. Not so for this one, however, because if you use the partner action, that spider up there will actually grab you straight away or hurt you, so I don't want that to happen. Right there, I'm going to take on the small platform, and right here I'm going to do the same trick as I did before, jump on that ramp to get enough height. Always a nice trick that I've used throughout my speedrun career in Sonic Advance 3, if you want to call that career. And right here, it's pretty much the same route throughout. So there's not really much I can say. The only things you have to worry about is General not being taking too long, because remember that he could easily just give you lots and lots of slow attacks and waste your time, or he can be very kind and just make sure that you can attack him as fast as possible. I think for that phase, you really want him to do either that charge attack from when we faced him the second time, and I think that's actually probably it. Not about it. As Tails gets killed. Also, I'd like to point out something that I failed to mention. Because of that missile attack the new missile attack that we've seen from General in this particular fight, I can say it right now, the other missile attack that he posed at us back in Toy Kingdom has been overridden. You will not see this in this particular fight no matter how many times you try to do it. So that's just a heads up. As you saw right there, he did the missile attacking 3 times and teleports it a few times, so therefore it did take a bit. The missile attack is not what you want. And right here you're going to hear me say a yeah, but that was because I was trying to do my partner action just before I hit the ground. It is possible to do that. It's a very small window, but it is possible. But yeah, one of the longer acts to speedrun in my opinion. And if anyone can show me a sub 2-minute run of that act, I wouldn't mind. I know video response is not a thing in YouTube anymore, but I wouldn't mind seeing someone actually do that. And now time for the Cybertrack boss. And as I said, it can be a bit of a luck game, but as you probably saw me from where I was positioning myself, I was practicing trying to, well, push this boss to be in my favor. So right here I'm going to stand a little bit to the left, and then right here I'm going to stand in that position. Jump right there, and boom shakalaka. The third hit I actually don't get as lucky this time, but I do try my best to try and hit as much. But here, the best thing I can recommend, however, is trying to knock back the balls in the direction that they came from. So right here, I do take a bit, but I did get the 4th, 5th. And right here is where I'll admit luck was a little bit on. That 5th hit should not have counted, honestly. That was very lucky. Here I get a 6th hit directly towards him, which is quite nice. And right here, I'm just going to let that ball go all the way down, get hit number 7. And right here, I'm just going to let that ball go all the way down slowly to get my 8th and final hit on this boss. And as you probably can tell, from that time, 46 seconds. As I said, if you know what you're doing, you can trick out this boss very, very nicely. And this boss can become an absolute joke. I have not seen a sub-minute run at all on the internet, but if someone can post me that, that'd be nice. Also, yeah, 105 as Tails floats in midair. I actually got quite lucky with that fight. I'm surprised I actually got the sub 110. Not easy to do on a boss like that. And with that, as Cream dozes off, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Sonic Advance 3. Next time on Sonic Advance 3, we'll head into Chaos Angel, the final zone, as I try my best to showcase as many Cream combinations as possible. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. But remember, the adrenaline rush is real. This is Liabada4121 signing out, and I'll catch you guys on episode 13 of my playthrough of Sonic Advance 3. Peace!